here we have another set of ZAMACs. These are from the G case. We looked at the E case yesterday, so there's an E case ZAMAC video out there if you haven't seen that one yet. But this is the G case, and since I did do the international box opening of the G case, we did get to see everything that was in there, or we saw most things that were in there, but there were no ZAMACs because these are a Wal-Mart exclusive. And the ZAMAC refers to the brushed bare metal here. And in the past, they always designated it on the card. So somewhere on the card art, it would say ZAMAC. This year, that's not the case. You have to look a little bit harder. So you have to focus more on the car and the casting itself, rather than looking for something that's going to say ZAMAC on it. So the first up, this is the Great Gatsby. This was a new model last year in 2015, and I think we've seen it once or twice already this year, and now the ZAMAC is a recolor of that. So we're going to go ahead and take it out of the package and look at it up close. Alright, so here's the Great Gatsby, and if you haven't taken one of these out of the package, then you're missing out on some of it. So I'm trying to get this centered up here. Yeah, you're missing out because there's more than what you just see on that one side. So of course the name is a play off of the book, the classic book, The Great Gatsby, but this is the Great Gatspeed. And it's reminiscent of cars from that era. That book was about the Roaring 20s, and this is a modern take on cars from that era. So it's long and lean. It features an inline 8-cylinder engine, and this one looks pretty good with the bare metal body there with the blue tampos on it. And then you've got the chrome. The blue chrome 5 spokes, which look really good on this one. And as you take a look at it all the way around, got that sharp nose there in the front, really comes down, gets really narrow there. You've got your headlights in the front. Those are pretty cool. This side, this is where the exhaust is. So if you never took it out of the package, you probably never saw this because the exhaust remains hidden on the back side of the package, or the back side of the car that's up against the package, so you don't see that one. The back there, you will notice it has a fold down soft top. That's what that part is right back there. And this one's got the top down, so this is a convertible. It would be cool if they maybe gave us this one as a hard top as well. That would be nice to see. Or if some of you customizers could make a actual convertible soft top that would fold up and down, that would be awesome. If you can make one of those, I would love to do a video on it for you. I would feature it on here. Alright, so there's the Great Gatsby. Next up, and I went ahead and took them out of the package before I even showed you the package, and that's okay. This is the Porsche Carrera GT. So at the time, this was the fastest, most exclusive Porsche ever made, and this one came out as a first edition in 2006, or a new model, I guess it was called then. And it was based on a car I believe they actually released in 2003, and I think that had about a 4-year run. They didn't make a whole lot of these. It's a mid-engine car, over 600 horsepower, I think 605 horsepower to be exact, and it could do 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, so it's pretty quick. I do like this model here. It has the tampos for the headlights there, so that gives it a nice touch. And we did see this one already once. It came to us in matte black with yellow stripes. It was a really nice version, and to see this in the bare metal, this is a pretty cool look too. If you notice right there, it has air vents for the engine. Of course, the engine is in the back here, and so that allows air to get back there to that engine, that 600 horsepower engine. And on this model, they've got clear tint over the window there. The actual car itself, the real life model, I think has carbon fiber covers over the engine in the back there. There's the back of it. Looks a little bit similar to a Porsche Boxster. And I don't know if this camera will pick it up, but it does say Carrera GT right there above the Hot Wheels symbol. It's kind of hard to see at the angle that it is, but you see the tail lights there too. It's got tail light tampos. Alright, so there's that one. And finally, we have the 76 Greenwood Corvette from the Mild to Wild series. And if you saw my last video over the E-Case ZAMACs, they had the 76, well, it's actually just the Corvette Stingray is what it's called there. But the Corvette Stingray, which is based on the 76 model, they had that one, and that was also from the Mild to Wild series. And this one is the Wild version. So the regular Corvette Stingray is the mild. This is the Wild. And the Greenwood Corvette was a specially made by John Greenwood. He modified some of these Corvettes and set them up for racing. Gave them a real wide body around the wheels. You'll notice that this model is really flared out among around the wheels there to give the wheels extra room. They put really big tires on these for racing and gave it a lot of room in there. So you see from that angle how much flared it is. One thing I do like about this model is the headlights there. It's using the green tint that was used for the windows is being used for the headlights, which matches the tampos on the body real well. And just like the Stingray Corvette, this one has the chrome green 5 spokes on it. So there's the Greenwood Corvette, and now just for comparison's sakes, I'm going to put the Corvette Stingray up there as well, so you can kind of look at the two of them together and see some of their differences and their similarities. So it's based on the same body style. The Greenwood is lowered, a little bit more aerodynamic. It's also wider, so the body's wider, whereas on the Corvette Stingray, the wheels actually stick out a little bit past the body there on the side. Not so on the other one. The wheels are pretty much enclosed in those fenders that flare out. So the Greenwood Corvette is much more suited for the track and for racing. You'll notice the exhaust coming out the side there, whereas the regular Corvette is going to have the exhaust in the back. And you really notice a big difference in the tail of those two as well. So I think they had some air vents right there behind the back wheel on the Greenwood Corvette, and I believe that was for aerodynamics and downforce. But you'll notice that they really did a lot of body modifications on that, as well as engine modifications. They were, I think, getting up to 700, 800 horsepower on the Greenwood Corvette. Alright, so there you go. 2016 G-Case ZAMACs.